and their team. They were terrific. They stress you in a lot of ways. They're very, very old, and they play like that. They don't get rattled either way. They're so connected on the defensive side, and they just don't make very many defensive mistakes. They sting their switches. They call out. They're a great communicating team. Price obviously showed everybody why he's a potential pro with that shooting exhibition in the first half, and then the game, in my opinion, was all controlled by Fred's son. Anytime you're plus 23 in a 3-point game, your ability to dominate a basketball game doesn't always show up in points and all that. He got the rebound late. He made the pass late. He guards. He comes up with steals. Sam Hoiberg was absolutely the A-plus. That you guys all look at the points. I look at the plus minus, and game dominated by a guy who did all the little things, all the extra effort things to allow his team to win, and they deserved to win today. They were we self-destructed at times. They go on a 7-0 run after we get a dunk, and our immaturity, and that's on me for not ever stopping that in practice. When Z gets a dunk, he's got to grow up. 7-0 run for them. Loose balls, 50-50. Ball hits our hands out of traps. When you're mentally sharp and you're dialed in and you're focused, you come up with those. Today we didn't. And so my hat's off to them. They deserve to win the game, and they did.
Questions for Kyler?
For both of you, just what let Price go off in that first half, and how did they play off that in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it the last 2 days that he was one of the best shooters in the nation. For us, we call him Richards. So the whole focus was not to let him get clean looks. I think in transition, we were very late with trying to find him specifically. But I think the biggest thing, though, is like mix 2 in the first. And you got to get him off the line and take inside the paint. But he just got way too many open looks, and especially in transition, we let him find free space throughout the court.
It's Keaton. Defensively, that's 2 games in a row. One guy has had a huge first half, but what is maybe missing on that end from this team, at least this week?
Yeah, I'd just say it's a big part of communication. We get to be able to communicate early with each other because we know in transition we'll get cross-matched. And honestly, we have 4 guys that need to talk that out and just find him in transition. And that's we didn't do that well, and that's what got him on his heater.
Keaton, yesterday Coach mentioned how the lifeblood of this team is quality shot choices. What kind of just drove you to come out of the second half and take initiative and take all those good shots?
Yeah, I just think that it was just the flow of the offense that we knew that we could get good shots, especially since they help a lot, and just being able to swing the ball, be willing passers, and just look for the open shot.
Kylan, what do you think about your guys' process defensively? Where do you need to get to? What are the things you guys got to clean up?
I think Coach hit it spot on his immaturity sometimes. And then also being young also is difficult at times. A lot of missed switches because we're not talking, or in transition, we talked about it all week, that don't run to the paint, run to the 3-point line. They're not looking to get to the paint. They want to shoot threes. It's just frustrating, from last game, I let Bruce go off, and now we let Price get off today. We just got to fix those things, and then, like Coach had in the huddle, it's the details. Those things will win and lose the games.
Keaton, could you just kind of maybe break down that last play where Inch Marcus got off that 3? I mean, it seems like it was fairly well contested. Just what did you see there?
We got into the paint. I probably helped just a little too much than I should have. And then he swung it out. And then I think he just made a tough shot. Honestly, I had my hand up. Probably could have maybe got a little bit tighter on him with the time being, but I made a tough shot over our hand.
Kylan, from your perspective, is there something they did to take away post-ups, just not a lot of touches for Tommy in the paint. I think all three of his shots were beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, we knew that they were big on not letting us trying to get to the post. Especially they were heavy helping on the backside. So they were early low man. And every time we got to the post, they tried to send us baseline and come trap. So that wasn't kind of a focus for us this game. That we knew that wasn't probably our best option. We were trying to get the flow of other things.
For both of you guys, 8 days off now until you play Missouri. Just what's most important during this stretch now and responding from this?
Having great practices, making sure we maintain the health of our bodies, watching the film in this game 100%. But I think the capitalizing on these practice days will be huge for us, and especially maturing and going into Missouri.
Keaton, I mean, there's obviously 18 more Big Ten games to play, but what did you maybe learn about this team with the first two this week?
I think I learned that I've known this from the start, but we're really good in that we're going to get to a point where, we'll win these types of games. We'll get down to these in the stretches because, every Big Ten game is going to be a tough game, and we'll get down and we won't make mistakes as many as we did late this game, and we'll win these games.
Colin, I know you're used to doing this 37 minutes tonight, but Keaton plays 40 minutes. Just what is he giving you when he's playing 39 the other night, 40 this time?
Sometimes in these type of games, it's a necessity. As you can see, what he did for us down the stretch kept us in the game for sure. But he's prepared for that mentally and physically. And I'm really proud of him continuously just stepping into the spotlight, having the confidence day in and day out to be the guy that he needs to be for the team to be successful.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Brad, just where are you guys at defensively? What hurt tonight, or is there anything trending on that end?
Oh, lack of communication is probably at the top of the list. They don't have any problems handling switches, and we run a lot of the same stuff. And it's a mental thing with us. I'm not worried about a guy getting on a heater. We let Casey Tominanga do the same thing. We've had other guys go off and have big games and have one guy's not going to beat you. Tonight was they're good. Rank causes you problems. They've done that against everybody. They just 30-balled Wisconsin. It's they're going to make some really hard shots. What I didn't like is our approach to guarding them. And it's a mental tenacity, it's a toughness, it's a grit, and it's we've had that. We had that in Tennessee. We actually had it throughout most of the Ohio State game, especially in the second half. And tonight it was just laissez-faire. It was, you look at our front line, there's nothing. You got a horrendous stat line from everybody that played. No rebounds, there's nothing there. And that's on me. That's in practice. That's getting more from them. They never give you a post up. Zach Edey never scored against them. That's not what they do. That's not what they give up. But having the ability to drive the ball downhill, that's all we talked about. Having the ability to then score so you can get your defense set a little bit. Mental acuity, mental awareness in transition. How does the best shooter in the Big Ten get a butt-naked 3 minutes into the game in transition? That's just 5 dudes out there who aren't dialed in, and that's where I gotta help them.
Brad, you talked yesterday about Nebraska's maybe looking to score early in possessions. Just does that allow them to maybe kind of get up on you in a hurry, just offensively?
No, they're efficient. They don't take bad shots. They've done that in spurts in any game. It just happened to be in the start because we were pretty mentally not ready to go. The first possession of the game when we blow a switch, we're not very ready to go. And David was in Serbia. He wasn't in this building. And we got to be better. We got to be We can't have that. And I'm just really disappointed in our mental approach to how we handled this game and the effort that it takes to win a Big Ten game. And that's not very good practices, and that ultimately falls on me.
Coach, as you said, they take away the post, but do you want to see Tommy more aggressive, looking for
No,
scoring opportunities?
Not in this game. We want him to be a receiver, a passer, a ball mover, shoot open threes. There was a post-up play in the first half where we held the ball. Kylan held it on the wing for about 5 seconds, looked at him because he had Sam on him, the guy right behind him. We threw the ball to Andre. Andre threw it right back, looking for a post-up. You're not going to get that. It's about next actions. It's about moving. We told these guys they weren't going to get those. If they got them, it was going to be on a short roll. Z misses a dunk on a short roll, at a post up. Those are the things that were there, but strictly post ups against these guys are a waste of time.
Coach, you talked yesterday about Andre's desire to get better on the defensive side and the rebounding side of things. Obviously, he finished with 10 rebounds today, but how would you assess his defensive effort today?
Yeah, better. I'm not going to say anybody was very good today defensively. 10 rebounds for him is a great jump. I wish he would have got 11 because Sam got that one. And again, it's a continual process, and Dre's making huge strides, and he was impacting the game at a very high level because he was rebounding, because he was scoring, and he's one of the best players in this league, and he's starting to grow and do some things in all areas.
Brad, you mentioned plus minus earlier, and I'm looking at minus 11 for David in 23 minutes. He's been so good. What was not working for him today?
That's a question for him. I got to figure out. He's to be very honest, 2 really bad practices. When David's focused and competing and flying around in practice, he's elite. And 3 turnovers. Couldn't play him. Couldn't put him in the game. And, that's, what's the old Bob Knight quote? Ask to bench to brain. I need to practice better, whatever, something to that extent. You need to figure that out because he was not very good today.
I know you weren't very happy with the defensive effort tonight, but there was a little bit of a run at the end of the first half where you guys were able to kind of tie up the game at halftime. Is there anything you did like in that area from the team that you would like them to continue?
Yeah, there was an aggressiveness about us. We actually got a couple stops. We had them in foul trouble. We had them pretty deep into their bench. So we got some stops, and we go on a 13-0 run to get it right back to where we want it. And then I started the same 5, and we started awful in the second half, just like we did in the first.
This is just a snippet of Big Ten play this week, but what kind of impact can maybe these first 2 have for this team?
I don't know. It's one game. I don't look at anything other than the next game. You get one on the road, and I know we're really a good basketball team. And I know that if we're not sharp, we can get beat by anybody. And today, again, Nebraska's terrific. They're 11-0 for a reason, and they're very, very old, and that's a terrific basketball team who's very connected. And so I don't want to discredit them. They're fabulous, but we weren't, and you have to play 18 games with a mental edge if you want to win in this league, and if you don't, we'll get beat, and that's a harsh reality we learned today.
Brad, have you ever played a freshman here at 40 minutes? What has Keaton done to earn that trust?
Deserves it. Look at his line every night. Deserves it. I can't play him that much. To be very honest, I need to get him. I need to get him out, but I had every intention of that in the second half. And then there was a couple early timeouts. It was a low possession game. There was 29 possessions in the first half. But he's been sensational, and he's a shot maker. He's creator. He's a guy that when Dre, him, and Bam get going downhill, I mean, you look, we had the rebounds, we had the free throws. Those guys downhill were fabulous. But we've got 8 days here to get some other guys some opportunities here.
What do you hope the next 8 days look like, and what the message that you want to get across before Missouri?
Get better every single day. Really simple. Get better every single day. There's a lot of room. I said it after the Ohio State game. I said it after the Tennessee game. We have a very high ceiling, but it has to stem from it every day. It's all about the process. And, you know, it's I wrote on the board today, 0-0 mentality. And you can't drink the poison of a win. You can't drink the poison or the negativity of a loss. And you have to have a 0-0 mentality and show up and do your job. And that's all I want every single day. And I didn't do a good enough job demanding that on Thursday and Friday compared to what I had just seen before Ohio State, compared to what I had seen before Tennessee. And that was reflective of our performance today. Thank you.
Thank you.